Good morning. This is Pastor Jason of Kona Faith Center with the word for today. And the word for today is loss. I was really captivated by 1 Corinthians 3, particularly verses 14 to 18. If what a person has built survives, he will receive a reward. If his work is burned up, he will suffer the loss. Don't you know that you are God's temple and that God's Spirit lives in you? If anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy him because God's temple is holy. You are that holy temple. Don't deceive yourselves. Richard B. Hayes, one of my commentators, says that those whose preaching and teaching fail to build solid community are responsible for loss and injury to many, and God will hold them accountable. The motif of reward and loss creates difficulties for many interpreters because it seems to be at odds with Paul's doctrine of justification by faith rather than by works. If salvation is solely through God's grace, how can Paul speak of rewards and punishments based on the quality of the work of individuals? Paul held his doctrine of justification alongside a continuing belief that God will judge the deeds of individuals. We must take care to examine what Paul actually thought rather than to impose upon him a theological abstraction about the meaning of sola fide, only faith. The words translated receive a reward and suffer loss would be better understood as references to wages paid to workers and fines imposed on builders who do inadequate work. The task of apostles and church leaders is to construct the community on the foundation of Jesus Christ in such a way that the Holy Spirit will be rightly worshiped and manifested. The Spirit is to be manifested in the community's unity and harmony. This is no light matter. Those who damage the unity of the community are interfering with God's chosen mode of presence, and they will certainly incur judgment. The destroyers of the temple are those who banish the Spirit. Whoa! 1 Corinthians 3 elevates commitment to the community of believers, one of Kona Faith Center's core convictions, to a much higher level than most people realize, and certainly to a higher level than most people live. While this passage primarily speaks to preachers, teachers, and leaders in a community of believers, it also definitely speaks to all the members of the community of believers. Paul's use of the construction metaphor is particularly revealing to me, having worked in the construction industry as a subcontractor with other subcontractors. I'm aware of the importance of each subcontractor's work being performed at a bare minimum quality. When subcontractors perform below the bare minimum quality, impacts all the other subcontractors as well as the final product. It's just not the quality of the work, but also the quality of the building materials that impacts the building. The point of this passage is the elevation of the health of the community of believers. Each member has a personal responsibility for the health of the community of believers. Every leader has increased responsibility for the health of the community of believers. This elevates responsibility for the health of the community of believers to a primary responsibility for each member of the community of believers. Those that build in a way that helps the community of believers stand long and strong will receive rewards. Those that build in a way that does not help or don't build in a way that helps the community of believers stand long and strong will receive loss. Those that tear down or destroy the community of believers will be torn down or destroyed. Whoa! The clear challenge today is to elevate building the community of believers to a primary responsibility. If we do, we will be rewarded. If we don't, we will suffer loss. The word for today is loss. Build the community of believers today. God bless. Check in tomorrow.